welcome back to Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I'm your host, Caleb.
Hi, I'm Seth. I talk Star Wars with this man.
And we're pre-recorded today.
Yeah.
Probably for next week as well.
Okay.
But, yeah. No news this week.
No news.
Do we kind of want to just dive into it this week?
I mean, we can.
Yeah, let's just dive into it.
Oh.
I don't... Oh, did you have something you did want to talk about first?
Yes. Death
Okay.
of the Outsider. Dishonored.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. So you played the Dishonored DLC?
Yep. I made the game way harder for myself on accident
Okay.
because I assumed that it used the chaos system, like the
Like the base game.
like the three, like the base game from the first one, second one, and the DLC for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Death of the Outsider doesn't do any of that shit. Plot-wise, it's also really weird. But also I get why it is that way narratively. In that I feel like I'm jumping all over the place. I should probably explain who the Outsider is and why he has to go.
It depends how much you want this conversation to go, really.
Long story short, the Outsider is who determines who gets what magic in the world of Dishonored. And Dowd, one of the protagonists of the previous game's DLC, is like, hey, the Outsider doing that has made things really bad. However, I am of the opinion that Dishonored has always been the primary question of the series is, what will you do when no one else can stop you from doing it?
Yeah. Basically, great power, great responsibility question.
Yeah. If you have great power, should you try to wield it responsibly? Sometimes,
Or do you let women be kidnapped by their stalkers because they're bad people?
the other option is killing her.
Which somehow is the worst option.
I mean,
the game in universe, it punishes you for doing that.
not so.
Well, I guess depending on how many other people you've killed up to that point,
it punishes you based on
how frequently you're doing
how
it.
frequently, the assassination targets. If you go and you just get them specifically,
Yeah, and avoid the grunts and all that.
yeah, you at the end of each game, you end up with 5 dead people.
Yeah.
If you try to do things in that way where you're like, I'm only going to kill them.
I know, though, that there's also technically middle ground. There's a good ending, a bad ending, but also a medium ending, isn't there?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
The games have always been, you either got high chaos or low chaos.
Okay. So they don't punish you for, medium chaos?
Not really. I think there's, a equation running in the background.
Yeah. So either you get the plague happening or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Which also affects, I guess, in the first game, how, what's her name?
Your daughter.
Yeah, your daughter is also acts.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
And you can tell which ending you're on in that game based on what kind of picture she draws of you.
You can also tell what kind of ending you're about to get based on how many fucking rats are everywhere.
Yep.
So, hey, if you've got a lot of rats, you might be on the wrong path. You might need to start turning around or reloading.
Now, Death of the Outsider is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally the Outsider frames his, I'm gonna give you supernatural powers. He's like, okay, do you want them or not? And you can say no, and he will usually fuck off. This time, Billy Lurk is in a really weird spot as the protagonist
Uh-huh.
because, like, straight up, he just is like, you're getting these powers whether you like it or not. Which is such a weird stance for him to take. Because his whole question is like, the what will you do with these powers I have given you? He's never, up until this point, been like, take these. Like, sorry. Billy Lurk, Dishonored 2 stuff. Billy Lurk, our protagonist, is a paradox person based on how events of the game apparently went.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to have her, like, one of her eyes and one of her arms, but she does now. Which means, because the outsider is kind of in a weird, like, stasis lock,
Mm-hmm.
there are, like, 3 things that need to happen in order to kill him. One of which is apparently being in phase, which Billy Lurk is. It's like, I'm not sure I understand. Billy's like, oh, I fucking hate this guy. Why did he give me... Fuck you for giving me superpowers to kill you, weirdo. Dowd, who is like Billy Lurk's paternal figure,
Yeah.
is like, we should kill the outsider. Because all of the magic bullshit is his fault. When the game's central premise is like, you had those powers, you chose what to do with them. Dowd's argument is like, yeah, but he gave them to us. I guess it's determining whether, like, where do you feel personal accountability lies in that?
Yeah. Is the accountability in the person who gave you great power, or is it in how you've decided to wield it?
Yeah.
Personally, the answer is the latter.
Mm-hmm. I can give you a gun, but it's up to you to decide if you want to use that gun.
Exactly. Or how, like, it's up to you to, like, oh, do I use this to help people to defend, or to just cause chaos?
Yeah. Dowd is apparently, fuck you for giving me the gun. However, it did end up with this. While playing it, the boys did get this gem. If I was okay with fighting the police, why would you think I wasn't okay with fighting criminals too? In addition to, you're fighting a widowed black woman whose dad just died. What chance did you think you had? But I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I'm now going back and doing the New Game Plus for Dishonored 2, and I'm gonna see how that goes.
Yeah. I think
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Let's get kind of right into it then, because we got 3 topics.
Yeah.
And so, spoiler alert for the Jar Jar one-shot, the mainline Star Wars comic New Republic, and then the short story, such a long name, it's...
A Death in Elderblock,
26-0640.
Yep.
There we go. Galactic Tales of Death. Yeah, because it's a Galactic Tales.
Or for the rest of us, 26-640. Because fucking Coruscant.
Alright. Well, then, yeah, spoiler warning. I don't know why I can't hear it. I have our noise on the right channel. Oh, well.
Are the headphones connected to anything?
Probably, yeah. It's okay. They're probably connected to the headphones in the room. It's all right. So let's start with Jar Jar. And then I guess we'll do chronological orders.
Okay.
So we'll do Jar Jar, Galactic Tales, end with New Republic. all y'all motherfuckers that put so much emphasis on the fact that Jar Jar is the reason that Palpatine has the power to become Emperor. Fuck y'all after this. I already felt that when I read the Aftermath book and we learned the fate of Jar Jar. But
sorry, I realized what would happen when I opened this as soon as I did it. Yep.
But now that we've read this, which by the way, Ahmed Best, really good comic writer. It turns out he's a really good writer. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, it's two characters that he knows because he plays both of them, but I think that works in his favor in writing this, and I think he did a really good job writing this comic.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jar Jar goes off to have a meeting with a galactic senator, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
This is while the Clone Wars is in nearing the end.
Yeah.
Turns out it was one, he gets ambushed by a basically a mugger.
Yeah. Just some guy.
He's like, yeah, you look like a senator. Wearing your fancy robes.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
Why'd you come wearing a 3-piece tux to the hood?
Thankfully, Keller and Beck's there to save the day. Because the only reason Jar Jar even ran into this guy is because he got lost trying to get directions. Which, I love how they explain that. Because Jar Jar's like, I have this little map. I basically have a GPS that's supposed to tell me where my meeting is. But it's acting up.
Fucking.
And then it turns out it's because of stuff that we learned in this. But it turns out there was no senator that Jar Jar was meeting. It's Kelleran. Yeah. Kelleran's like, hey, I wanted to show you something. Remember that episode of Star Wars Visions Volume 2? The Pit? Mm-hmm. That.
Yep.
But now it's canon. I wonder if that actually was some inspiration for, like, setting that, like... It's not the same planet, obviously, but, like, I wonder if, like, the pit episode was a semi-source for, like, coming up with going, oh, well, we already have something somewhere like that. Let's put it into canon. But, because I did think about that episode when I saw that. I don't know if you did.
I did not. My reaction was, again...
So yeah, slavery for specifically
should need fuel.
Yeah, not to
because war.
I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's the one in Solo. Mm. The really fast hyperspace fuel. Coaxium, yeah. Thank you. It was for I was about to look it up. It was for coaxium, yeah. And then on top of that, it's
not
all
spice.
No, but also
not the other.
No.
Not to be confused.
Well, no, because in Solo the main thing is the coaxium.
No, I'm making a joke.
Although there is spice involved in something else. Well, no, there's no real spice involved, but Spice Runners. But not in this story. In New Republic. Also, there was also a metal thing as well. There was like a specific ore.
Yeah.
And that's what was causing the fritz, because too much of that has been pulled from the planet that now they don't really have like proper magnetic pulls.
So it doesn't do, the planet won't planet.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna go the way that Gorman's going. Because that's also the concern in Andor with the Gorman. They're like, hey, our planet's gonna... Because all of our resources keep getting taken without giving time for it to naturally reoccur and heal, yeah. They're doing it way too fast. They're basically strip mining. Mm-hmm. And so, on top of that, though, they are slaves doing this.
Yep.
So, and Jar Jar's like, slaves in the Republic? And Kelleran's like, yeah. And Jar Jar's like, but that's illegal. And Kelleran's like, yes, it is. But this is being done through emergency powers that are overriding that. Jar Jar's like, but I gave emergency powers. Kelleran's like, yes, that's why I wanted to show you this.
Yeah. Behold the consequences, however unintended, of your actions.
But also, as you and I were talking about in the car on the way here.
We can prevent things from getting worse.
Yeah, but also as you and I were talking about in the car. Jar Jar's not at full fault for this, right? Yeah. Everybody voted yes on the emergency. Hell, I think the only two senators... Sorry, there were probably only 3 senators in that vote that said no. Actually, only 2, because one of them wasn't there. She couldn't vote. Jar Jar voted for her.
Yep. Represented in absentia.
Yeah. Since there was no senator, the representative voted. So, and technically he's the one who started the vote, so therefore...
Be really weird to start and then vote against it.
So, there are 2 senators that we can basically guarantee said no. Mon Mothma and Bail.
Yeah. Also, I was thinking about it. That is such a weird proposition for, like... Because it
well, except it's something that we have in real life, too.
No. I'm like, it happens in 3?
It happens in 2.
Okay, 2 makes more sense. My brain was getting confused.
It happens in 2, and she's absent because she's hiding at the time.
Right.
And that's why they guilt trip Jar Jar into starting that vote.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're like, because it's Mass Amida and Palpatine talking, and they're like, man, if only Padme were here, she would give me emergency powers so we could fund an army to stop all this. What would Padme do?
Jar Jar, I have... Misa has an idea.
WWPD, what would Padme do?
Well, you messed up a little bit, Jar Jar.
Yeah, you didn't quite do what she would do. You in fact did the opposite.
However, like, no, I'm a...
But once again, 90% of that Senate said yes, right? Mm-hmm. How many senators actually said no on the vote for emergency powers? So the blame on Jar Jar does not fucking exist.
Can we get the, like, vote count for that?
Yeah, let it be like an actual vote. Like, can we have like in real life we can see who voted on what bills? Can we see who voted on that? The Emergency Powers Act. Let's see. Yeah, there were amendments because we had the Rusan reformations, which is how the jet, and then of course the reflex amendment. Yeah. Well, we do not know who all voted for it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was expanded in 22. Yeah, so. Anyways, Jar Jar's not to blame. Ultimately, that's my one gripe. Everybody's like, he's the one who proposed it. Yes, but everybody else could have said no if they had a problem with it. Like, that's the real thing about it, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about this. I'm like, there are so many times in Clone Wars where I'm like, one side could have ended the war way earlier. However, I do love the hilarious image of Palpatine just accidentally taking like a stray blaster shot. I know it obviously didn't happen, but like imagine.
Yeah, I mean, because there's moments where like Cad Bane could have accidentally shot him because he didn't know who he is.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm working for that Darth Sidious guy. He don't like you very much. Meanwhile, Palpatine's like, I am him.
I can't tell him that though. Otherwise, looks at fucking Mace Windu and Obi-Wan over there.
Yeah, during the Naboo episodes, yeah. The box arc, yeah. uh but no, and so yes, so Jar Jar and is like, okay, well we need to go. Well, Kelleran shows him like this underground group that's like working on trying to undo a lot of the damage. I got excited about who that character was. Cause so there's a techie that's like working on like basically radios that are like encoded radios. So that way people can like start talking to each other without. And like it's not specifically to get around Palpatine or like it's not specifically to get around the Republic yet.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, just in case we need these, because we are gonna try to start getting these people freed and stuff. So we need to be able to talk about what we're actually talking about
we need
privately.
To be able to make plans.
But unfortunately, people find out about this person and have ordered a hit on her.
Yep.
And they couldn't have sent better people.
I was like, there was one guy, and I'm like, I don't know who your name is. And I see Aura sing, and my brain went, God damn it.
Yeah, you're just like, her.
Like, fuck, they sent someone competent this time.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
Yeah. Or at least aggressive.
Yeah.
They sent somebody aggressive at the very least. Oh, other great person to see in this comic, Rick Oley, the pilot, because he's from episode 1. Yeah, the other bounty hunter's Rumsleg. He's like a background character in episode 1. It was nice seeing him because I was like, I recognize that look. First time actually putting the name together in my brain all the time. He's made a couple appearances, but he's not like... His main thing is like being in the background in Phantom Menace. Kind of like the first time we get Quinlan Voss. Just in the background on Tatooine. I like the skull mask, though, so much. But yeah, thankfully, their other contact, Kelleran's other contact, is willing to, like, almost give up her life to save this person. And they're like, okay, well, let's get her on Jar Jar's ship, the Duck. And so they managed to get this person to Coruscant safely, where it's revealed, for Rebels fans, it's Mira Bridger, Ezra's mom.
Yep. I was like, I know that last name.
Or Jabba the Hutt's mom. Lando Calrissian's mom. It's an ongoing joke in Rebels. Ezra picks some very funny names for himself when he's undercover.
There's no way. Are you fucking... You're serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
He fucking tried. He knows what he looks like, right?
That he's not a Hutt?
Yeah.
Or the smoothest criminal in the galaxy? He doesn't even have a cape. No, it's really funny though. It's gone wider than that because like going out of Star Wars for a second. The new Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah.
In it, we see MJ flirting at a party with somebody. That's played by the guy that's Ezra in Ahsoka show.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of people are like, so Spider-Man fans are worried that is Paul, by the way. He is a recent character that the Spider-Man comic fans hate.
All right.
Because he's the guy, you might have heard a little bit about this. He's the guy in that alternate timeline that ended up, like, because Mary Jane got stuck in an alternate timeline recently or whatever. And like, without... basically... She marries Paul.
Okay.
Paul's a homewrecker. Fuck Paul.
All right.
Nobody likes Paul. Paul is also very much an OC,
okay.
very much a author stand-in. Anyways, people are worried that it's Paul that Ezra's actor is playing, and everybody's like, and then the Star Wars fans on the meanwhile are like, "Ooh, it's Jabba the Hutt. What's Jabba the Hutt doing here?" Because that's become an inside joke. Is anytime Ezra shows up in something, or the actors who play Ezra show up in something, both the voice actor or in this case the live action actor, it's like, "What's Jabba the Hutt doing here?"
Ezra Bridger's list of false identities. AKA Jump, AKA Paul, AKA
Oh no!
fucking string of it.
He's gonna be Paul now. God, he better not be Paul in Spider-Man. He's probably Paul.
Alright.
Anyways, so yes, Mirror Bridger, which does set up a lot of things that make sense because in Rebels it kind of is implied very heavily how involved they are with the formation of the rebellion, and these are definitely setting up some things that are in Rebels. I can kind of give it away because I think they talked about it in Ahsoka. The Fulcrum program.
Yeah, that's the spaceships.
That's their spy network and everything, right?
Fuck if I know, man.
Yeah, that's their spy. Yeah, that's their spy network during the rebellion. So they have like fulcrums that are like undercover, like deep undercover agents. Ahsoka was one of them at some point, and then there's others as well. And so this definitely sets up the idea of setting up fulcrums because also at the end of this issue, because Kelleran and Jar Jar keep having conversations about the fact that Jar Jar's basically, I forget the exact word they use, but basically a nobody. They use a better word for it, but it's like somebody that can, a shadow. That's the word they use, right? Because it's somebody that people don't look at, that kind of just exists usually. People don't think about them. They could be in the room with you and you're having a full conversation with everybody but them and not, like, recognize that they're there listening, right? And Kelleran kind of points out that Jar Jar basically really is that. And also so is Kelleran, which is something Jar Jar points out. Jar Jar's like, yeah, but so are you. Mainly they're pointing out that they're very similar because it's the same actor. But also I think it's cute. I like the idea that they're setting up. And Jar Jar goes to confront Palpatine and is like, hey, all this shit is happening on this planet. Can we do something about that?
Palpatine, make a committee.
You can be in charge of it because I can't be actively changing how planets are operating. Because if I do that for this planet, I have to do that for all the planets, and they'll dislike that.
Which would be a good point if he wasn't the Satan. It'd be a good point if he wasn't the devil.
From the Bible?
From the Bible.
Shadow. It's me, the devil. Jar Jar. Which Jar Jar does come out of that meeting going,
all right,
that was the
evil.
devil. Jar Jar's like, that guy is full of bullshit. Like, he goes,
okay, new plan.
I'm still going to head that committee, but you're going to start looking into this more and also going to look in for more people like me that are shadows. So that way we can, like, actually do something about this. And so Jar Jar created fulcrums?
Maybe.
That's my takeaway. Jar Jar and Kelleran created fulcrum program, which is also a fuck you to all you Jar Jar haters. Jar Jar's not that bad.
My stance on Jar Jar is well noted.
That he's annoying as...
No. I'm like, I would fucking hate to hang out with him in world. However, I don't think that he's evil.
No. Well,
he's annoying.
Yeah.
He's not evil. He's good, but I'm like,
He's also not so annoying that he makes things bad.
Like I have never been like, I want him to die.
I never understood the amount of Jar Jar hate in episode 1. But also, I was the target audience when I saw episode 1.
Like, yeah.
So, like,
I had just been bored. I don't feel old yet. I do too.
And then when episode 2 came out, they were like, we're going to push Jar Jar's character a little further back. He's not going to be in it as much. Which means he's less annoying. And then in episode 3, he's barely in it at all.
And we'll keep putting him next to stoic characters, because this is funny.
Put him next to Bail Organa.
Yeah.
Because in episode 3, that's what they do. They just put him next to Bail Organa when they get back from saving Palpatine. And then I think that's basically it of seeing Jar Jar in that movie. I don't think we see him at all anywhere else from what I remember. And then the Clone Wars, I think, uses him effectively.
Yep.
Even though people make jokes about the fact that Jar Jar fucks.
Indeed, he does.
A whole a queen of all people. Jar Jar fucks. This is why we aren't ever being sponsored by anything official on Disney, because I can't be saying Jar Jar fucks and then going, hey, can we get free tickets to Star Wars Celebration? Hey, I'm at best. If I just keep saying that Jar Jar fucks, can you put a good word in for me?
What is the strategy here?
Saying that one of his characters is really fucking awesome. So awesome that he... I shouldn't finish that sentence.
Yeah, we're gonna stop there.
We are on something today.
Mm-hmm. How much sleep did you get yesterday?
Enough.
What's enough?
I slept at my normal bedtime, so 10:30, and till like I get up at like 5.
Okay, cool.
Like, I'm not tired. I'm just kind of in a mood.
All right, cool.
We're being entertaining today. So yeah, that's it for the one shot. I liked it. It overall. I think it's a good, strong 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I'm not gonna. I'm better than last week.
Well,
sorry. Do you want a water?
I'm good. I'm good. There's also
I'm gonna drink another one.
I'm good. There's also like nothing inherently wrong with the comic.
Yeah,
like, the writing is strong. The art's good.
Mm-hmm. I think it does what it sets out to do.
Yeah, it gives us more insight into Jar Jar as a character and Kelleran as characters. Both Kelleran more so underrated, like underdeveloped than Jar Jar, because Kelleran's a newer character, but like both very much utilized characters, and then putting them together and having fun with the fact that they're played by the same actor.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like that. That's fun. Time for a death in Elderblock.
Yeah, oh boy, that is a tone shift.
Yeah, it's your turn to give the synopsis.
Oh, again? my great synopsis.
Yeah, we had a off-camera one, but now we're gonna let him do it on camera because, hey, you're the co-host and you wanted a little bit more power, so here you go.
This is what I get for vetoing.
No, it's
the consequences of vetoing some news last week.
Well, no, it was also the discussion of, hey, you should have a little bit more say,
All right, so in this, I was gonna say episode. That's not the right word. Short story.
Yeah.
We get basically sent to a retirement home
during the time of the Empire.
And our focus character, Urbra, she's been there for a while. She and another guy who I've been calling Grandpa, because I read it this morning and then immediately was like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to be up at 10:30 to walk to work. So I'm operating on a little.
I can pull up names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of these standing out?
Strick is the orderly.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry, I'm looking. Yeah. Is this one important? I can't remember. No. That's the cat. That's the cat you were telling me about.
Chi-Chi, yeah.
Chi-Chi's original owner. Yep. Laney. Nope, that one's not highlighted.
I don't think it's. No.
I'm just pulling up all the names just so we.
Oh,
that's the
Armin
dead
Sim.
buddy. Yeah, Armin Sim.
Yeah, Armin Sim, who is Grandpa.
Okay.
So Armin Sim is and Arbra.
Laney is the daughter. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, you were saying Armin Sim.
Armin Sim died. And so Erbra's like, man, it's really weird that my neighbor died. But she goes out and she's like, all right, well, how did he die? And the orderly is like, he died of natural causes. Nothing to see here. By the way, the cops are here. Don't do anything. As they're like wheeling the body out.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
Pretty
be
much.
suspicious.
They're like, go back into your room, Erbra. It's time for you to take your meds. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And so they're like, man. Well, alright, cool. And so then a little bit of time passes, I'm assuming a few hours, and they're like, yeah, by the way, Sim is dead. And they're discussing, like, who, and they're like, hey, didn't you have a relationship with him? And Erbra's like, allegedly. Because it's like, the old lady gossip circle, time to gossip.
Yep.
So that's what they do. And as they're doing that, Sim's family shows up and they're going into his apartment, but the ISB is also there. Agent No is his name, I think.
Yeah, Inspector No.
And so they go in, and the director asks, and they go and look around, and Erbra sneaks in earlier and starts rummaging around to find things. And so as she's doing that, the family shows up, and she's like, oh, I got lost. My apartment looks so similar, they all look the same, the apartments. And they're like, get this old lady out of here. And so they go and they talk. She's like, well, I understand times have been hard. And so that leads to a discussion where one the older siblings is like, man, I am so tired of trying to put money in. Sim was very distant from his family. They didn't talk much. And so the oldest one is mad that he's had to go and basically work here on Coruscant his whole life to kind of keep the other two afloat.
To pay, and also to, I guess, kind of make sure that Grandpa can stay in the retirement home.
Yeah. And so as that's happening, eventually Erbra's thing is noticing shit.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a synopsis on here too. She found the Imperial Comlink and the hologram of a Jedi.
Yep.
In Sim's apartment.
So as that is going on, she's like, all right, now I'm going to go home right next door. And so she's kind of putting things together, trying to figure it out. And eventually it's one of the things where it's I personally really like it. Because it's one of those, whoa. It's not portrayed, it's portrayed as, a series of things that happen, and I don't know if I'm just being emotionally removed from this, because I'm, desperation causes people to do desperate things in, the chain of events that lead this story into happening. I'm I don't know if it's just because I'm in a weird mood headspace. It's been happening for the last couple of months. I don't think this story is bad in the slightest. It's just that I can't really be mad at anyone over the course of this story. Because I'm like, all of it makes sense for these characters to do these things.
At the same time,
Mm-hmm. Say what you want, man.
Sims was gonna give up somebody to the fascists.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for what happens to him.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, like Strick was doing it also because it's her friend.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell on my friend? Fuck you.
This situation was a mess.
Yeah.
Like, it tries to end on, like, a hopefully introspective note, but that's just not how it felt reading it. And I don't know if that's because I had already read, like, the comic, and I was like, I'm tired, it's 5 in the morning.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, that, like, Noah's so happy to just clean up the affair. He's like, I think it's this guy because they're also a Bolasar. So, obviously, this is the Jedi, right?
Yep.
But yeah, he just calls it a win.
Yep. Alright, cool.
That was nice. Cleaned up. So what would you give it?
Brain's first thought was a 9, but I'm not sure.
No, I don't know if
it
a 9.
doesn't feel like a 9.
It's a 7. Like a solid 7. Like it does what it does what it sets out.
Yeah.
It also doesn't tie into anything grander, which is weird because for some reason I thought it was originally supposed to, and then like it's just set during a period but not tied into anything.
Yeah.
Last thing.
Yep.
This is the big one.
The mainline comic.
The mainline comic. I think it was worth the wait of reading this. This turned out really well, I think. I liked it. I'm upset that we're not getting more.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's still plenty to go from here. Personally. So we basically set up where we left off after the Battle of Jakku stuff.
Yep.
With Luke, Leia, Han kind of doing their own things. Leia's busy helping the Senate and kind of making sure the New Republic is it's actually set up as a proper government. We're actually a little bit after the events of we're a little bit after Jakku at this point.
Yeah.
Because we are at a point where it's also after. It's got to be after the cruise as well. Because Ben is born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Ben is already, like, a toddler. They show him. He's like...
Yeah, but he's not really that old. He's not, like...
Well, okay. Maybe a little bit, yeah. Maybe if...
He's still being swaddled.
Yeah. I guess you're right, yeah. So, I guess he's, like, what, maybe a few months old?
Yeah.
Anyways. Maybe one at most.
My brain was like, man...
Well, I'm thinking like 2 when I was saying toddler, but yeah.
That's not what I was going to say. I was like, man, I know so many things are going to happen to you and because of you.
Doesn't help, though, that in this comic we already see some of the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Han is always off doing his own shit. Leia is off doing her shit. None of them are ever home for this kid.
Yeah. I'm like, well, you know... This is gonna go great.
He was droid nurse this whole time.
Fucking parents with 3PO of all people.
No, I think they also had a proper like droid nurse, but nurse droid. But yeah. They had a proper nurse.
I'm just
droid,
over here. You know what? I didn't take any shots at Jar Jar, but I got plenty for you, Gold Man.
So Luke is with Ren doing their X-wing stuff.
Yeah.
When one of the planets that they were trying to bring into the New Republic just outright says, fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're gonna say that you're not allowed in our system anymore. And a band of pirates start attacking everybody.
Yep. Keep in mind, there are two
like
separate things.
3.
Yeah.
3. Because Han and Valence are hanging out. Because Valence is looking into these group of, like, looking into an underworld group that's new. And Han...
Meanwhile, pirates are randomly attacking with Rin and Luke. And I don't think the, like, fuck off announcement has come through yet.
But it's in the middle, like,
yeah,
like it's about to happen.
It's about to happen. The Kensric pirates are attacking Luke and Rin, and also generally anyone who happens to be in there.
And then they're also fighting
Han and Valence are looking into them.
And then on top of that, Leia and Mon are like in the middle of failing a diplomatic meeting.
Yeah. And my brain was like, I was like, okay, it makes sense for where everyone is, but my brain was also like, when Alamar, the lady, is like, we don't want to be part of the Republic. I was like, Leia, whatever you do not take the most obvious political rage bait I have ever seen. What did she do?
She takes the bait. But also...
Which would be... like...
It's understandable from Leia and Mon's side of things. Yeah.
Here's the thing. If none of this pirate shit and obscure manipulation was going on in the background...
Yeah, because Obscure is behind this whole plot, by the way.
Yeah, we're just gonna cut that fucking ribbon off. If Obscure wasn't in the background causing a bunch of things to happen...
Alamir's point is actually still pretty correct.
Would be valid. The problem is, that's not the story that we're gonna tell here.
Like, her concerns are valid, which is like, hey, you're a new government. You haven't proven yourself as a government yet. What can you actually provide me for joining?
Yeah. Not the story being told here.
No. The story is, we're using that as an excuse, but really we're gonna use slaves and have a slave army. And
And anytime there's a slave army in fiction, I'm like, so how do you think this is going to work out for you?
Especially once enough of them get pissed off.
Yeah. Like, you're not doing a Clone Wars where you have the chip called do the thing I tell you to do.
Or else. Your brain gets fried.
Or droids, which are basically the same thing, but on steroids.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I thought they existed in Legends.
Yeah, what's your plan here? And they're like, pirates.
It was actually really cool introducing the Nagai, though, to canon, because, like, they exist in Legends, and they're basically the same idea. Yeah, so, like, I like seeing them. They're really cool, except they're a little bit more warlike in Legends, but you can see in this one that there's some connections to that.
It's like one of these looks like the other one looks very punky.
Yeah.
This one looks like punk light.
Yeah, punk light, yeah.
Which is not bad.
Like in Legends, they look more punk looking, punk rocker.
Yeah. They still keep some of that in this one.
Yeah. I really like that they didn't take too much away from them. And they made them really important. Like, they gave them, like, a purpose. Like, they didn't go, oh, here's a new race for no... Like, no, we're gonna give a purpose to them being brought into canon and, like, actually make them really important, actually, by the end of it.
Yeah. This is the first one where it's like, if you and I lived in Star Wars, right? And we learned about this from, like, an outside political news perspective, I'd be like, oh, okay, so the New Republic actually has some potential. After the events of this, I think, like, genuinely considering joining would be an option.
Because not only do they... Because, unfortunately, Almora does have a change of heart, and it gets her killed.
Yep.
Askira goes, oh!
Askira's like, what if I
just slashed you to ribbons?
What if I killed you with my bare hands?
Which it's not the first time she's done.
Yeah. I forgot she could do that.
You forgot she could do a lot.
I forgot she could do a lot.
You forgot she's a vampire.
I forgot she's a vampire and, like, a witch.
Yeah, she's part of the Force. She's part of the Beyond group. Yeah. That weird Beyond Witches group, yeah. Which is more alluded to in the Aftermath stuff, so it's nice finally seeing, like, purpose to that. So I liked a lot of this comic. I liked seeing Valence and Han being buddies.
Yeah.
Hell, Valence is like, hey, Han, you're becoming a good person now. You can't kill the bad guy. You gotta let me do it.
Yeah.
Because Han's about to do it. Actually, no. He's like, no, actually, we can't do it. And Valence is like,
fuck you mean we can't? You can't.
I
I will.
I will. And it'll be for the best, for the good of both of us.
Yeah.
Because we need to, because this person is out of control. And also, you can't, because I see you becoming a better person, and I can't let you mess your life up.
Sorry, General of the New Republic. You can't execute potential prisoners with impunity. I'm just a bounty hunter. Boom!
A bounty hunter with... That's
with
all metal. No heart, in fact.
Yep.
Because Vader took that.
Yep, the bastard.
But it's good seeing them buddies again. And,
yeah.
oh, the Valence and Han shippers are so happy right now.
Yeah.
Because they exist. Because of course they do. Of course they do! You're gonna tell me Han and Valence shippers don't exist after, like, reading War of the Bounty Hunters alone? That man felt so guilty for Han.
This is bottle 4?
Yeah. But that man felt so guilty about Han, you're gonna tell me people aren't shipping that man with Han?
No, they're not.
I know some. I know a couple of Valence Han shippers. I don't know what the name of that ship is, but... Because, you know, they always have, like...
Yeah.
Curiosity is taking over me. No, not literal. No. Come on. They're giving me literal answers when I put in ship name. No, I want, like, the fan.
Sorry.
I'm curious now because I brought up the question.
Yeah, so apparently the answer is...
It's there, probably. I just needed to start digging into AO3 is what it is. I think I saw, actually, some links to some fan in one of my results here. Where was it? Oh, we got a list of relationship names. I found one. Okay. Oh, okay. This must be too old, because it actually has... No, because it has Old Republic High... Fanlore.org. Give us our Baylor, Valence, and Han Solo ship name. Actually, any of my friends in the comments who can share that for me. I am curious, actually. Anyways.
What?
We just saw the boat in Cal
Oh.
Kestis' ship name. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Alright.
The Spy Scrapper.
Yep.
Anyways.
No.
Oh, the Luke Wedge one is lazy. Boo. Luke Wedge one lazy. You can come up with a better name than that. Oh well. Anyways, back to this comic. I really like, because one, it's a timeline I've been invested in seeing our main three in. Because like we said, we were done with the original trilogy. Get us out of the original trilogy. Show us after. Show us what our main trio are doing leading up to the sequels. Because that's really the only stuff we're missing, really, for that group. And so we really get that, and I like Luke's friendship with Ren a lot.
Yeah.
Um, poor Ren. Ren gets put through the ringer.
Oh yeah.
A Skier going, what if I took your life energy?
Rin, I prefer it if you didn't.
Oh, well, I already did.
What do you mean? You? Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That's why this hurts a lot. Actually.
Yeah, that's why I've been like feeling sick, like this whole time. It's like, well, yeah, because fuck you.
I needed it.
I needed that life energy, please, and thank you.
I do love. I forget which ending panel it is. The one where it's got Valence, Han, Luke, and I think it actually just might be Rin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, it can't be Rin because Rin's down on the ground,
Oh,
captured.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one where I'm like, I don't think I would want to be anywhere near that. You are going to die, Askir.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So this kind of is a conflict of the Perosi, which is the planet, the system that I said her name earlier.
Alamar.
Almavar, yeah, Almavar is like in charge of, and then all this situation with the Nagai, with them being used as soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the pirate, the pirate leader, that is the leader of the Nagai as well. Vonk or whatever, however you say their name. Vank, yeah. And so, oh, poor Kith.
Yeah.
A lot of people die in this. Garlev, we get introduced to Garlev, and he's so good, and then he's dead immediately.
Man, sometimes in Star Wars, I'm like, wow, God, they're dead.
Like, we get introduced to Garlev, who's the leader of like the Nagai rebellion, and like it turns out that he, Han, and Lando and Chewie used to run jobs together, and it was like stuff for that Nagai rebellion while everything else was going on, and so which means that this has been going on even before like Askura got involved. Yeah. And so we learned that this guy is, while also a smuggler and, you know, a weapons dealer and all that shit, similar to Han and Lando, he's a good guy. And like that funeral where Lando was like he was a good guy, and Han's like no, or Valence was like he was a good guy, and Han's like no, he was complicated like the rest of us. He did bad things, but then he tried to do good things to balance it out, like we do. And that was actually a damn good funeral. Makes me upset that Han never got a proper funeral. At least not yet. We'll probably get one in canon later at some point, but at least currently in canon, there is not a proper funeral for Han. I really like this, actually. I like this comic a lot. Which makes me upset that I'm gonna rant about the fact that Marvel, you need to keep doing these. Why are you doing this to us? You didn't even announce the next thing. Like, you finish reading it and it's an ad for Jar Jar. You finish reading the Jar Jar one and it's an ad for this. Ah! And then, like, because what do we got? List of future comics. We're going to do my usual thing. If I look and see what's coming up, and it's going to be nothing. That's not true. We got Shadow Mall currently coming out. We got hyperspace story stuff going on, but that's Dark Horse. That's not Marvel. Dark Horse, I'm not as mad at. Dark Horse is basically they're like, we are doing hyperspace stories and just hyperspace stories. We will do 4 to 5 issue arcs and a couple of trade paperback graphic novels every now and then. Boom. And I'm like, okay, we at least know what you're doing. You make sense. You have set up what you're doing. You aren't going out of it. Cool. Also, they renamed the trade paperback on us, so it's actually called Out of the Darkness and not New Republic for this run. I called this the new. I put New Republic because it's a New Republic originally when
Star Wars Out of the Darkness parentheses New Republic.
Yeah.
We are sliding into isekai titles.
Except it doesn't say New Republic. Like it's just completely rebranded.
Yeah, I know. Like if we added.
Yeah. We are getting High Republic Adventures, Pathfinders. I'm excited about that because it's that conversation we had of like, I'm excited to dive into the High Republic more now that the main story is done, and just see what other stories they give us. And then, we're also getting, hold on, before I say what I'm going to say, that is also Dark Horse. So I'm not, once again, I can't even give Marvel credit for that. I think we can give them credit for Galaxy's Edge, though. Echoes of the Empire, that's coming out. Yes, Marvel gets credit for that. But that's an ad. That's an ad.
Yeah.
That's an ad for the park.
No count.
It's an ad for the Disney park to go to Galaxy's Edge, go see the original trilogy characters because we're adding original trilogy characters and not just sequel trilogy. And this is our in-universe explanation for that. Thanks. Doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you're writing this because it's an ad, not because a story you needed to tell. We're also getting the Rogue One, Jyn Erso and Cassian comics that we talked about, because 10 years of that.
Old.
So, we're also getting a Saul one. So yeah, those are the 3 characters. Yeah, those are actually. Okay, we're also getting Chirrut and Baze. No way, this is also part of it. Okay, there's a Vader one as well. So we're getting 5 of those for the Rogue One one-shots. Is it a one-shot at that point if there's 5 issues? I know it's a one-shot technically because it's titled Rogue One, character name, one-shot. Do we count that? Because they're doing it only because it's a 10-year anniversary.
Sorry.
Do we count that? Because it's only it's a 10-year anniversary. That's why they're doing it.
Do we count it as a one shot?
No. Like how I was saying, like we don't count Galaxy's Edge. Like you said, Galaxy's Edge, you don't count in good favor because that's an ad.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't count it.
Like these are like almost super contractual obligations on Marvel's end. Maybe this rant is why Star Wars won't give us, because I keep yelling at them about, but it's because I want more. It's not me going, these are bad. This is me going, I like this. I want more. Feed me, Seymour. And then we can't give them credit for the Visions Sakumo, because that's that's Viz Media. No graphic novel can't be them. A lot of reprints. More hyperspace stories. Once again, Dark Horse. Reprint. I'm pretty sure that's a reprint. Yeah, that's a hardcover reprint of a comic we haven't talked about on the show yet.
Okay. I think we're solid.
Yeah, we're not really getting. I mean, and then we got the Tales, the Smugglers and Scoundrels thing, which that's Mad Cave. That's right. Those short ones with Kevin Scott are Mad Cave. And then we got our. Oh, this is a collection. Okay, they're releasing that. This is Dark Horse, so they don't even get credit for that either. Yeah, the Mad Cave stuff. Um, yeah, there's literally nothing on the horizon for Marvel other than ad for Park, 10-year anniversary for movie.
Yeah. Just be like that sometimes.
Because they've already finished the Boba Fett Black, White, and Red, which is what we're going to be reading next week.
Yes. Sorry.
And then the other two that we're reading next week are hyperspace story stuff. So, like...
Here's the thing. I get that you're mildly frustrated about it.
Yeah, it's not like...
Whereas, like...
It's not like I'm going to be sending letters to Marvel going, give me comics now. But it's very much as a fan of Star Wars and as a fan of comic books, it's a little frustrating to see that they're not putting the effort in.
Yeah. I don't know. I was talking with
we don't know,
Zach and Pixie about this the other night. I don't know if it's them like upset with Marvel or if like recently I've just been like disconnected from a lot of media because nothing has been
I remember you talking about this on
me
on
or
our
like
stream,
making me want to go and look at it, you know? Like you brought up some of the like hi, we've transitioned from off of Star Wars stuff to talk about how I just
but it's on topic.
Yeah. And I don't know quite when or why that happened.
Yeah, like, I remember you talking about it because it was on a stream. You're like, I don't know if it was... You're like, this could be a disconnect because, like, I'm getting older, or is this a disconnect because I'm just not interested in what they're giving us?
Yeah.
And then, like, Zach kind of validated it because he's like, well, I also feel the same way a little bit. And it might be an older thing, though.
What do you think, man?
I don't know, because I still really enjoy a lot of those things. I don't... Like, a lot of the stuff that y'all are like, oh, I didn't like that as much, I'm kind of in the back going, I kind of liked it still. Like, I like the Marvels. Zach doesn't like the Marvels.
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge it. And my impression of Carol Danvers is not high because I have a thing called if you... What did she say? Some shit about... I didn't much care for a lot of the Marvel stuff past... was it Winter Soldier, I think?
Yeah, really, yeah. Like, you stopped pretty early.
And I think, like, my first impression of Carol Danvers was like, you know, if I'd been there, things would have been different. And I'm like, yeah, but you fucking weren't you? Where were you? Not here. Not with your fucking boots on the ground, lady. So why don't you shut up and go help someone where you won't be able to help us next time?
Yeah.
It's that attitude. Normally I'm a lot...
I think
I realize that that's a fictional character.
Well, her attitude also kind of... A lot of people are like, I didn't like that she's so cold and stoic. Like, that's how she starts originally because, like, her story is that she doesn't really have an identity because her memories got all fucked.
However, the other Marvel, Miss Marvel, the... Kamala. I actually would have enjoyed that, her story if I would have been able to watch it at the time. Because I'm like, maybe I just like street level heroes.
Yeah. Maybe you and I should watch that one because that one is nice. That one's at least her show is good. Yeah. And also you will love her family. Her family is like the best part of that. Like there's a reason why they keep introducing her family and other shit. Like her dad is in an episode of Daredevil Born Again. And it might be one of my favorite episodes of season 1 of Born Again. And then like, because it's just a fun, like, Daredevil gets involved with a bank heist while not in costume. Like, what's even funnier is he walked out of the bank, saw that the bank heist was about to start, and was like, well, I guess I gotta go back in there.
Matt Murdock, lawyer. committed 2 counts of grand theft today.
So he ends up going back to stop the yeah. But he has to do it as Matt Murdock and not the devil.
Imagining Matt Murdock talking you out of robbing a bank is hilarious. I could see him doing it.
It's also on St. Patty's Day.
Oh no!
It's a St. Patty's Day episode. And of course they make the joke about him being named Murdoch, and he's very much Irish Catholic.
Oh, you gotta love it.
And then of course a lot of the blind guy. We've got the blind guy over here. But yeah, so you would like that.
Yeah.
And you would probably like the Marvels a little bit, maybe. I don't know, like, because it has Carol, but it also has Kamala, because it's when all 3 of the Marvel it has.
Yeah, I remember that the premise is they're doing a Freaky Friday.
Yeah, well, yeah, with all 3 of them, except one of them isn't named a Marvel name yet, but like in the comics she is, and so, but she's also like Carol's friend. The one that was in I know you probably didn't watch it, but WandaVision.
No.
Yeah. In the first movie, she's like still a little girl because it's the 90s, and then since Carol went missing and then came back because she was doing space stuff. But yeah, no, it's nice. That one, I like that one because it's a little bit more just fun Marvel. It's not like there is like a serious threat, but it's not like them going. It's
It's not the end of the universe. Maybe a planet.
Maybe a few planets, but like it's fun sci-fi. It's just fun sci-fi, and so that's why I like the Marvels. Anyways, we got way off.
Yeah.
I thought this storyline. I like going back to the actual comic and not judging like the behind the scenes stuff and my thoughts on that. This is a good comic. It tells the story I want. We get really cool like new characters. We get some interesting Force lore.
Yep.
Because I want to know more about that crown. I want to see somebody wear it. Damn it. They set it up and then nobody uses it.
Like, they use it 3 times. But, like, not day-to-day activity-wise.
Yeah. I need more Han Valence. Because while I don't ship them, I do want to see more of them being buddies and doing shit. We got a fun issue of them... issue of them fighting droids from the Clone Wars.
Yeah, my brain...
I say fun because I'm like... It's fun for us because we get to see, like, Luke go into the mindset of, what if I was a Jedi during the Clone Wars? But also, it's not fun for them because he is panicking while going into that mindset. And also, on top of that, they're like, we are trying to save people's lives because there is a crashed ship here, and we know that these pirates are looking for them.
My brain was also like, sometimes I am confused by how the Separatist, their, like, general policy for prisoners work. Because sometimes they'll take them, and other times they're like...
Shoot on sight.
Shoot on sight.
I think in Jedi case, it's shoot on sight, though,
yeah,
to be fair.
That makes sense, because, fuck, that's a Jedi. Better kill that guy. Or gal. Or in between.
Yeah, unless you got, like, a Grievous or something, where they're like, oh, we could well, no, Grievous is also killed, but, like, Dooku is willing to take a prisoner if his name is Skywalker or Kenobi or Tano.
Yep. Meanwhile... The other thing I was thinking about while watching them, I was like, yes, Luke. I forgot that you were from a different generation than your father's, where I counted the droids, and I was like, 3 tanks? Fucking light work.
Well, it's
Which is unfair, because it's like...
Because we're talking about different era of Jedi,
Yeah,
right?
different era of Jedi. I was like, for a Jedi from your father's era, this would be... nothing.
Because that was technically the High Republic is the like peak of Jedi, but arguably the prequel era is also in that same like this is peak Jedi abilities and training.
Yeah.
That's why also the fluid movement, like
Yeah.
Because people are always like, why is the movement of combat like this in the originals, and why is it like this in the prequels, and like this in the sequels? And like our buddy Element 7, he makes good videos talking about that, where it's like, yeah, the prequels are this is their peak of Jedi and training, so of course they're moving more fluid and fast, and combat looks the way it does, and it's smooth. And even then, it's a little bit sloppy for the sake of like being able to like. Obviously, you shouldn't be aiming for the swords.
Yeah.
But like for movie reasons, yeah, you aim so your swords hit each other, because that looks better on screen than actually doing proper combat, trying to cut somebody. Right? Like, it doesn't look as good. And then the original trilogy is like, okay, now we're getting to where like all these Jedi have been in hiding. Nobody's really fighting as much. Like, you're not fighting with like your lightsaber on the day-to-day the same way you would have been. So even like an Obi-Wan Kenobi or even a Vader, you're not really gonna have as fluid of combat, because you're not really killing each other as much with lightsabers.
And for me, my brain then thought, Seth, hey, a quick reminder, Luke is largely self-taught, and he does a pretty good job for a guy that's largely self-taught.
Most of it is reading like Obi-Wan's journals.
Yeah. And one of the best ones of that little moment of Luke kind of like briefly embracing the past is crawling underneath the tank, and one of the droids up top is like, quick, there's a Jedi underneath. They're like, he can't hide in there forever. They're like, Jedi don't hide that long. And one of the droids pops out at top. He's like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking. It just gets thrown off into the sand somewhere.
Also, the three of them, Luke, Han, and Valence, wearing the clone armor.
Yeah.
Because and then Han's like, and then of course Han and Valence are having like nostalgia for when they were when they were in the Imperial military. Yeah. Baylor's like, yeah, you're lucky you were only a mudhorn. You only had to deal with the mudhorn shit. You were just a mud trooper.
Yeah.
Imagine being an actual clone trooper taking on these things.
Like, I guess we lucked out.
We lucked out. We were too young.
Yep.
I give this a strong 9.
Yeah, actually.
Like, it's not quite a perfect comic.
It's not perfect, but it's pretty close.
And like, I liked having I like Askira as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good villain.
Yeah.
Like, you mean the vampire force lady is a good villain? Yeah. And it gets you away from the things you don't want right now. No Crimson Dawn.
She parried a lightsaber with her fucking fingernails. You want to see that shit? I didn't know she could do that.
Yeah, that was new. That was new.
I'm like, I know that there are materials that, like, you can parry with a lightsaber. Fingernails from this lady wasn't on the list.
Well, and also, it makes sense that she was the next threat, because, like, even in the Battle of Jakku comics, she was the better threat than Adelhard.
Oh, yeah. Adelhard is crazy. Askira...
Also crazy.
Also crazier. No, less crazy.
Yeah. Power hungry,
yes.
God, poor Almavar. She was like, oh, so you're so understanding of me not wanting to do this operation anymore?
God, I thought you were gonna. Like,
I thought you were gonna be mad.
You're like, no, I never said I wasn't violently upset with you.
Yeah.
Like a cat scratch post.
Yeah.
Sorry, Almavar.
Almavar, you should have like really like told somebody else in your like circle, hey, we're not sending an army anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, you really should have told somebody else before you were like, I should talk to the crazy lady.
Yeah. Matter of fact, where were you? She sent her guards away. Why did you do that?
She sent her guards away when Luke and them showed up to begin with.
That's right. I forgot
really
the slave revolt.
Which really, she shouldn't have sent her guards away when Luke and them showed up to begin with.
Yeah.
That was just dumb all around on her end. But also, it made like I thought she knew she was going to die at first because at first she goes when she's like telling them, okay, yeah, go ahead, I'm gonna like call off the troops. She says some sort of ominous line that makes it seem like she knows that she's gonna die. She's like, I gotta pay the price, like something like pay the price for this or whatever. So I'm like, oh, you know you're gonna die for this, right? Like I thought she knew that, and then she goes to talk to Oscura, and she's like, oh, you're not mad? I'm like,
what a relief.
I'm like, what about?
As it turns out,
what about Oscura tells you that she was not mad? Like that face just screamed, I am so fucking pissed.
That I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Like her face yelled.
Like I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, Alavar.
Like a blind person could read Oscura's face in that moment. And not Matt Murdock. Actual blind. Well, Matt Murdock's actually blind, but you know. Not super heroically enhanced blind.
Alright.
But yeah, overall, this was good.
It was a fun
This
weekend. I wish I had...
that we took a little more time on it and kind of didn't rush them.
Yeah, but I also understand why we needed to.
Yeah, hopefully, well, next week is also going to be pre-recorded. But since I'm going to send them today, we'll have about the same amount of time as a usual episode to get them out. But yeah, I guess we are out of time for today, though.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anything else really to talk about. Anything that you got? No? Then, yeah, thank you all for watching Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I've been your host, Caleb. If you really like our content, you can check out our Patreon, which is at Escape Reality Film. Shout out to Jennifer Brantley. You can also support us by becoming a member of our YouTube channel. Shout out to Pixie Nixie and her shared channel with Zach, Goof Goblins.
Yeah.
Which I'm also kind of hurrying the podcast because they're live right now.
Mm-hmm.
Both the Patreon and YouTube memberships give you access to our content before they're released publicly on YouTube, as well as other extra goodies, including pages from my new comic book, Super Worlds, with amazing art by M Arts, where I have been adapting the short story Shadows of the Night from my Super Universe short story collection. I actually already have the next page done, but I'm gonna hold off since we've been doing them bi-weekly releases, so we're a page ahead. Woo! If you'd like to be a part of our community, you can also check out our Discord, which is linked wherever you're watching. Seth.
Yes. As of current, every other Sunday from 5 to 7 Central Standard Time, you can catch some friends of ours over on the YouTube at the Steam Dungeon, playing their 5e D&D game, Trials of Nebu. And I am hoping that a thing I have created with Keontae, or at least given him the idea for, is happening this week.
Oh, okay. So you're hoping for a little bit of
Next
like
week.
Story payoff?
Next week.
Oh, next week. So not the one that would be airing after when this episode
because
airs.
it's bi-weekly. So I gave him an idea for a
let's not spoil it in case he does use it.
Yeah.
We can talk about it when he does, though.
Mm-hmm. And I have been waiting for... Hold on. Need to look at my receipts. Since December 28th of last year.
Okay. So.
January, February,
Three
March,
months.
April. 3 months.
About to be 4.
Yep. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, Once again, thank you all for watching. Join us next week where Seth and I will discuss Hyperspace Stories Tides of Terror, Boba Fett Black, White, and Red, and Hyperspace Stories Codebreaker. Have a good one. I have spoken.
Later. Bye.